Okay, so I'm kind of somewhat, maybe a little bit sick, but like, I did this animation, and like, it's not my original design, of course, but like, the whole animation is like my own animation. The way I'm animating this is like a method called Squiggle Vision, and it's like inspired by shows like Dr. Katz and home movies. I'm a big fan of this style of like animation because it really reminds me of like soft like kid animations. Like if anyone remembers this fucking show, there was like this HBO family show called Kindergarten, and it had like a lot of animations like this, and it was so good. And like sadly, I don't think a lot of people talk about that show for some reason, but like I remember really liking it as a kid. Sorry for rambling in this part. I kind of talked about irrelevant stuff. I wanted this animation to have like a really soft looking whimsical vibe, and I think I pulled that off well with the line art. Now, me being the devious little scallywag I am, you can see me circling the watermark where it would go. This is like after I cropped it so that like it would have extra space to go at the bottom. This is of course cropped so that you can see my painting process where I made like this image and like painted over the lizard so that the background could blend in better and not have like the fly on it when it's being animated. Honestly, I think I did a really good job painting over it because like in the end it looks really good, and it doesn't even look like I edited it at all. It just looks like I made a background because like this was originally just like a piece of paper that I colored on, and like I gave it a background that I thought would look nice, and then I took a picture of it and I was like, maybe I should animate this, just because like the new feature on ibispaint came out, and I was like, I want to practice this. So yeah, this was my first work, and I hope you enjoyed it because honestly I had a lot of fun making it. I was going to end it here, but I chose to show my coloring process. Once again, sorry for my voice, it's like pretty congested right now. Like I said before, I cropped it, so that's why the frame is like bigger than the original. A lot of this is like, not gonna lie, kind of unnecessary. Like if I was gonna give you advice on animating, don't be like me and like have every single frame of like the coloring be totally different, because honestly like it doesn't really make for a really good process. You can really just like duplicate it over and over, and actually I would say that that's more in line with Squiggle Vision, and it's like it will give more consistency to it, because sometimes if you're like doing just onion skins of like your past work, it can kind of mess it up and like make the animation unintentionally move somewhere else. For my sake, I was listening to like Hey Ya on repeat, and that's how I got through doing all this work. I would also like to say as a disclaimer, you don't have to listen to Hey Ya by Outkast. That was just my personal choice of what was stuck in my head at the moment, and for some reason that got me through like all the hard animation parts. I think listening to music is a very important factor on how hard you work, especially if it's like something very tedious that you don't want to focus on. Like just listening to music and like making it easier for yourself by like having more simple like drawings and designs and stuff, especially for me at least, it really helped. But yeah, the rest of this is just gonna be like showing like the whole process of coloring in the patterns and stuff. This is the first frame of the pattern, and I had to use the reference to the actual photo of like what the traditional paper looked like. But yeah, this is just me going over it a few times. It's basically just gonna be me explaining it, like my thought process behind some of it. I'm not gonna lie, looking back on this, I went fucking insano style on the fucking gray face animation. Like all these little details and patterns and shit, like I had them like change a lot over time, and oh my fucking god, it's so crazy. Like, bro, look at this. Every single frame is different. And it's like, I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's like, you really do have to think about like where everything goes. And you could see like some mistakes if you look really closely at it. But honestly, like from like a distance, it really doesn't look that bad. I'm actually pretty proud of this, even though it was like actually insane. It reminded me of like my middle school art, like how I would always do backgrounds like this that just like were so detailed and so small, and I would just do them all over the place because I had nothing better to do. But yeah, I was trying to like have every single one be like a little bit different. For the purple one, I really wanted to have like triangles intersecting, but then it kind of looked like garbage, so I just reversed it. And like beforehand, as well as like a few seconds from now, you could see me doing like the rainbow on each frame all at once. But then like I later just realized that it's better to just do one at a time because it makes it much easier because you don't have to like shift colors. And it also makes everything seem a lot more manageable. Yeah, for like this part, I jumped around a lot, like between which ones I wanted to do and which ones I didn't want to do. And like some were more easy than others. So like you can kind of see me doing that like right now. Like the squares, they're pretty easy to do because it's just doing it over and over. Like throughout this video, you'll see me jumping around a bit. And like the striped one was really easy. It's just kind of stupid how I had to like trace, and since like every single one is like a little bit different, I had to really focus on it. I pasted like shading onto the feet because I thought that would be like a really cute addition. Like it makes it look a little bit more dimensional. Once again, like I said, I just kind of had to turn my brain off for the rest of it. Like, because it was honestly not that hard of a pattern to do over and over. That's the same with the red and like the pink. Though I wish I did take a little bit more time to do the pink, but it's honestly not that bad. I'm sorry this part isn't as interesting as like the rest of the video, because like, I don't know, it's just the same thing. It's just me describing things in like a very monotone way. This originally was just basically a test to see like how good the animation program in ibispaint was going to be. For being new, it's really good. I was considering adding like more texture, like crayons and stuff. In the end though, I just decided to keep it how it is. Sorry this part of the video is a lot more technical and kind of boring. I had a lot of fun doing this project, and I hope that people who are watching this enjoyed this. I could probably do more if you want, because I feel like now that I have a more accessible animation program that I can use on my phone, I'll definitely be doing this a lot more, so you could probably look for that out in the future.